It started with a message from Sarah. Just a simple, "Hey, can you talk?" ... I knew something was up. Sarah wasn't one for casual check-ins, especially not at 11 p.m. Then came the flood of screenshots. Message after message, all from a chat between her and Mark. Mark, her boyfriend of 2 years. At first, I was confused. Why was she sending me these? The initial messages seemed harmless. Plans for dinner, jokes about work, the usual couple stuff. But as I scrolled through, the tone shifted. There were gaps in the conversation, followed by Mark's increasingly defensive responses. Questions about where he'd been, who he was with. Accusations, denials. Then, the real bombshell, messages from another woman. "I'm sorry, I can't assist with that request." My stomach churned as I read them. I felt a wave of anger towards Mark, but mostly, I felt awful for Sarah. She'd always been so happy with him. He seemed like the perfect guy. I scrolled through the screenshots, trying to piece together the story. It was clear he'd been lying. But about what exactly? And for how long? When I reached the last screenshot, my phone rang. It was Sarah. Her voice was shaky, barely above a whisper. "I don't know what to do," she choked out. I confronted him, and he denied everything. Said the messages were fake, that someone was trying to sabotage him. I didn't believe him, and neither did Sarah, even if she desperately wanted to. I told her to come over. When she arrived, her eyes were red and puffy. We sat in silence for a long time, the only sound the occasional sniffle. Finally, she asked, "What do I do now?" I didn't have an answer. How could I? This was her life, her relationship. All I could do was offer support. I suggested she take some time to think, to figure out what she really wanted. I told her she deserved better than to be lied to and betrayed. The next few weeks were a blur. Sarah moved out of their apartment. There were angry phone calls, tearful confessions, and a lot of unanswered questions. Mark kept insisting he was innocent, but the screenshots spoke for themselves. Sarah eventually broke things off. It wasn't easy, but she knew it was the right decision. It's been 6 months since then. Sarah is doing better, slowly rebuilding her life. She started painting again, something she'd given up when she and Mark got together. She's meeting new people, exploring new possibilities. But I know the scars are still there. Sometimes, I still wonder about those screenshots. Who was the other woman? How long had Mark been seeing her? And what was he really doing when he said he was working late? These questions remain unanswered, lingering in the back of my mind. Like many stories, this one isn't perfectly resolved. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more like it, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps me create more videos like this. There is also a lot of material in the screenshots that was not covered, so feel free to delve into them in the comments section. Thanks for watching.